Hamburgers occupied the primary place in an otherwise empty, emotional, barren landscape.
Josh Ozersky, author of such meat-centric classics as The Hamburger, A History, the artist formerly known as Mr. Cutlets.
I love meat. I love chicken and pork and lamb, but the top of the food chain is beef.
Josh was recently diagnosed with gout, an ailment he's apparently trying to bring back into fashion.
Look at the freaking marbling on this meat.
Josh's noisiest obsession lately is what I guess you could call a designer hamburger or a boutique burger.
These are short ribs?
At every opportunity, he champions the Pat LaFrieda Black Label hamburger.
Just a waterfall of meaty greatness, you know?
A mystery mix of ridiculously high-quality beef served exclusively at only one restaurant in the world.
Look at this steak. Holy God.
See Josh. See Josh run.
My God.
Josh is happy. Very happy.
It's not like I forsook all the other burgers in the world when I started my relationship with the Black Label burger. It just has a unique sort of special, singular place in my burger heart.
Josh has been yammering about this freakin' burger on his website, so I arranged to meet with him at the Minetta Tavern, famously the only place that sells Josh's idea of a perfect patty.
Now, in this show, which is about obsession, we've been meeting with a bunch of seriously obsessed people who write about food, blog about food, and I've asked everybody the same question. What's missing from your life that led you to this unusual calling?
Well, Tony, I was a friendless child. I was raised in isolation like a veal or a wolf boy. And no lonely boy ever sits in his bed thinking about a carrot. You know what I mean? No, for me, it was the crescent edges of pork chops, delicious chopped brisket, brown and served sausages and bacon in the morning. Maybe I don't even need to spell this out, but there was no late nights in Siberia or making out with girls in the walk-in. No, it was a solitary and celibate existence for me, and only meat kept me company in those sad, lonely years.
Now, we're here to discuss you and the Pat LaFrieda burger.
This is the LaFrieda Black Label burger. My relationship with Pat LaFrieda, it's like one of those happy vocational partnerships like De Niro and Scorsese.
I mean, come on, it's ground meat.
Well, you say that now, but when you eat it, you'll be singing a different story.
So what's in it?
It's got all...
The exact components and proportions of the Black Label burger is a secret guarded as jealously as the nuclear codes. But I do know that dry-aged prime rib is a factor.
Given that you've got the best possible meat blend from the best possible animal, how does one continue in order to make better than acceptable burger?
Well, what one must do is cook it on a flat metal griddle. A little clarified butter goes on the griddle first. You don't want this baby coming anywhere near open fire. No, you don't want an open fire anywhere near this.
What?
No. Well, there's no other way to make it.
Isn't that greasy and isn't that...
In the grill, the fat drips down, and all those precious bodily fluids are wasted. They fall away into the fire.
I'm following you. Okay.
And then when it's on the flat surface, there's nowhere for them to go, so they refract back up into the meat, and they sizzle it up and confit it while it's cooking.
So perhaps all you summer grillers out there have been cruelly misled.
Okay, so now we have the perfectly seared burger on the griddle. What next, oh great one?
Well, it's very important that you don't take a burger like this and put it on some kind of a weird, heavy bun that is going to get in the way.
It's like throwing a beautiful woman on a dirty shag carpet.
You'd be just like that.
What about condiments?
I get it straight up plain.
No ketchup?
No, I don't want no ketchup on a thing like this.
That would burger?
I mean, like...
What are you, French?
Ketchup
Is this a burger or is this steak haché?
This is a steak in hamburger form.
It looks classic.
Yeah, I forgot to mention.
Cooked down onions, caramelized onions.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're not lying, are you?
Yeah.
This floods your head with meaty goodness.
It only gets better with more bites, too.
So how much are these selling for?
$26.
Wow, that's a lot.
I mean, if you can't pay $26 for greatness, you might as well just cut your throat and be done with it. That's the way I think about it.
Maybe in this case, $26 isn't too much to pay for greatness.
Yeah!
I guess if it makes Josh happy.
Then we got David Blackmoore, the wagyu beef dude. Now, you know, problem or boon to mankind? I don't really know.
This is David Blackmoore. David decided he wanted to be the only guy in Australia raising 100% full-blooded Japanese wagyu beef.
Come on, girls. Come on.
What is wagyu beef? Basically, it's the most luxuriously fatty, highly marbled, carefully raised, and damned expensive beef on earth. One sirloin strip wholesale in New York can cost well over $1,000 before trimming off waist and bone.
Come on.
You might have heard the stuff referred to as Kobe beef. Kobe is a place. Wagyu is what they raise there.
It's my life and it's my passion and it's where I'm really, really comfortable is out working with the cattle in the paddock. I'm actually a fifth-generation farmer. We've been marketing embryos and semen now to quite a few different countries.
Yep, he's also in the sperm business. I guess I can pretty much insert joke here, right?
Every animal has been DNA'd for parent verification. They've all got their own ear tag and they've all got their own number, and their mother and their father in small writing is written at the top of the ear tag. To learn how to breed our own bulls, we had to learn what was successful and how they bred them in Japan.
David's obsession with Wagyu began in 1998 when he discovered his first breed.
This is an original Japanese pedigree. Nose prints have been used in Japan to identify the animals and so they can't be confused and that nobody can be cheating. As you can see, the nose prints are really, really different from one to another. It's like human fingerprints. There's no two the same. These are family trees, and these probably go back 10 and 12 generations.
Originating entirely in Japan, each animal's bloodline is a matter of record. You know every steak's mommy and daddy and grandparents all the way back.
This particular bull called Yosemite Doi is a bull very, very famous for producing meat quality. So we've got a combination here of volume and quality.
Now, David's crossbreeding between Wagyu bloodlines, looking for an even more flavorful steak.
The obsession part, I guess I'm just born that way.
David breeds the beasts. He leaves the cooking to the professionals. This is Paul Wilson. The time of this shooting, head chef at the famous Melbourne restaurant, Botanical.
We should try some, Terrific Australian olive oil, salt, give it a nice crust, some pepper. Beautiful. And really, you don't have to do too much to it. So that's the beautiful colour. You want that lovely crust and caramelisation of the fat. I'll just show you that consistency in the marbling right through. Just some delicious caramelised shallots.
The flavor and tenderness is unlike anything you've ever had.
That's awesome, isn't it?
I'm not even chewing it and it's almost dissolving down my tongue.
You can't compare it with normal beef. It's got its own flavours, it's got its own textures. I just like the fact that people like the end result, and it's my passion to get it to that stage. It's a whole team, and then, in comes the butcher and in comes the chef at the end of the day as well, so.
See, this is an obsession I can relate to, or I'm happy to benefit from anyway. Continue, please, David Blackmoore, breeding your pampered, fatty beef.
Nothing like it.
The world is a better place for it.